Hi there, I'm Siobhán Fletcher, one of the journalists at Manx Radio, and welcome to the latest edition of our Newscast. All the results are now in after local authority elections were held across the Isle of Man on Thursday the 24th of April. There were 28 seats up for grabs across 5 local authorities, with 35 people vying for a seat at the table. Some familiar faces returned to the political fray and serving commissioners were shown the door. Ramsey North was the first to declare on the night and Douglas South declared last at around 11:20pm. Let's take a look at the results, shall we? In Castletown, Tony Brown topped the poll with 738 votes. Turnout was 39.3%, with 958 voters heading to the polls from a pool of around 2,400 eligible voters. It marks a return to politics for the former Chief Minister. John Kringle, William Galley, Alan Leo Leonard, Mahendra Kumar Patel, Carol Quine and Lawrence Watterson were also elected. Simon Richardson was present at the count.
Thank you to Mr Mackenzie for the declaration. Well, there we have it. As you can imagine, plenty of interest here in the town hall.
I think it's worth
just saying, as candidates, all of us, thank you to Hugo and the staff.
This is Mr Brown.
For looking after us so well today and for running the election so well, and everybody else involved. And well done to everybody who stood. Let's see a way forward for the town, hopefully that will slightly change, but we all have the same aim. We care about Castletown, we want to see it successful. Thank you all.
Mr Brown, I suppose obviously the big news of the night is your return to the political fold. I guess you could call yourself a sleeping giant of local politics. Former MHK and of course Chief Minister of the Isle of Man. Can I ask you what made you decide to return to the political scene? I mean, was there any specific issue that drove your decision?
Well, I think the thing that kick-started it was the concern that myself and Richard Ronan, who's also a former MHK, had about the Market Square, which was then enhanced by others, and our endeavour to try and find out the basis of what was going on and to try and get some sort of way forward. And as people know, that didn't go well, and we ended up having the public meeting. And then as time moved on, there were a number of other issues. I've had concerns about certain aspects as well. And you know, I've stayed in the background because I wasn't in the position to do anything except as a ratepayer. And I think a number of other issues come along, and I thought in the end that one of the things I can offer to the town, as well as my energy and so on, is the experience I've gained with being in government, which I hope will help Castletown commissioners to move forward. And will help the board itself to have a stronger voice where we need to discuss and negotiate with government on matters that are impacting our town. And I do think now that the commissioners throughout the island need to have a stronger voice, not because you're going to argue about things, but to actually get things done that matter to each individual area, and putting those bits together. And a lot of support from people who continually were asking me, would I stand? They wanted me to stand. They thought that I could help the town. And in the end, I decided, yes, I would go for it. So I'm very, very pleased with the vote. I'm delighted. I'm honoured to serve Castletown again, even though it's at a different level. But I care about Castletown, I care about the people, and I will do what I can to move Castletown forward and hopefully end up moving it forward to a successful future.
You've always been a Castletown man through and through. Do you think joining the town board gives a greater opportunity to maybe focus on pressing local issues that maybe more so than would be the case in the House of Keys?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a totally different aspect, but one of the things I have noticed in recent years is the impact that government is having on local authorities in terms that they are now, because of how things have changed, making direct decisions that impact on our community. And one of the things that I think is causing concern is there seems to be a lack of understanding by people who are located in Douglas, in offices in Douglas, actually what we're about. And we don't just want to all be the same. We have our own character, our own nature, and that is actually what the island benefits from, because every area is slightly different. So one of the things I think is important, and I hope to be able to contribute towards with the board, and hopefully we'll work together well as a board is actually getting this message over to the government. Don't keep ignoring us. We are here representing the people of our town, and we actually want to make sure that what's happening is what the town wants.
Mr. Brown, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thanks, Simon.
I'm just moving over now to Beth Cannon. Beth, commiserations, obviously a disappointing result for you, the outgoing chairman of the commissioners. Do you think this has been a one-subject election?
I don't know. I think many people have had many ideas, and things are changing. They need to change, and yeah, I think now things will change.
The town square issue was very much in the public eye, wasn't it? It was often all over Facebook, and we've seen a lot of it. You were on one side of the fence, if you like, Mr. Brown, and others were on the other. Do you stand by your view that that is the right approach with the square?
I do, yes. I still think it needs to be pedestrianised for at least from March till September. I think it needs to incorporate the Easter holidays, and I think it's been proven this Easter holidays that there's kids that have enjoyed it. And yes, and I understand why it needs to be different in the winter, because our winters are wet and windy. But I do think I will stand by what I said for the summer, yes.
Will we see you standing again for the commissioners in the future?
I don't know. Never say never. Yeah, at the moment I'm quite looking forward to my Monday evenings off, swimming lessons with my granddaughter. So yeah, it's
something to look forward to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And Ree, I think I can hand back to you now. It's everybody's disappearing very quickly here from Castletown. It's a chilly night now, actually. So I suppose in some respects, no huge surprise. A return to politics for Tony Brown with victory here in the Castletown election.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Simon.
The key issue in this area during the election campaign was the debate over the closure of Market Square to vehicles. In a shock result, outgoing chairman Beth Cannon and Castletown Commissioners stalwart Colin Leather have failed to be returned to office. Now, there was a resounding winner in terms of total votes across the whole evening, and that was one David Cretney in Douglas South. The former MHK topped the poll with just shy of 1,100 votes. Stephen Crellin and Karel Ver-Elst were also elected alongside him. They all spoke to Christian Jones following the announcement.
David Cretney, you're no stranger to politics. Just give us a reaction.
Okay, so first of all, I want to thank the Deputy Returning Officer and her staff. It's been a very long day today, so thank you very much to all of you. To my helpers who've been supporting me for a long time, but again, particularly today. To my fellow candidates, it's been a clean fight. 40 years ago tomorrow, I was first elected to the House of Keys. The people of South Douglas have now returned me top of the poll 8 times. I'm very grateful and will always be there for them.
I'll come to Stephen Crellin now. You were second in the polls. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling excited. It's great to see that Douglas South have returned me again, so it'll be great. I'd like to thank all my helpers that sat here tonight, and also the ones that couldn't make it down here tonight, yeah, so it'd be great.
Fabulous, and now I'll just head over to Karel Ver-Elst, who is the third candidate. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm very grateful to the supporters I've had in Douglas. This is the first time I've actually ever run for anything, so thank you very much. And I plan to represent everybody, to work with fellow councillors. I think cooperation is going to be really important. And that said, I'm also plan to speak with a loud voice for those people who have elected me. Thank you very much.
Here, William Smedley was unsuccessful in his bid to join the local authority. In Patrick, 6 candidates were vying for one of 5 seats, the key issue in the area being stability for the local authority after divisions within its ranks and a raft of resignations. The last chairman, Gordon Clegg, topped the poll, with Robert Anderson, Paul Craker, Leo Cousins and Simon Mellor also elected. Turnout was 28.7%. Existing Commissioner Henry Brydeson failed to secure re-election to the board. Lewis Foster was at this one.
Simon, come on. I believe, was that second overall, I believe? Over 200 votes. What were you expecting, are you pleased?
I'm absolutely delighted. I wasn't expecting that many votes. It's my first time doing anything for the commissioners. Hopefully, I'm going to achieve what people want what they want to happen, and make things better for them. And that's my outset, just to do my best for everybody that I can.
What's the plan? What's on the agenda first and foremost?
It's more about just keeping the place tidy, keep investing in the place, keeping the rates down, etc. It's more about now I've got a telephone, I've got email, people need to communicate with me, I'll give them feedback, any problems, hopefully I can sort them for them.
Simon Mellor, thank you, congratulations, thank you. Henry, do you mind if I just get a little quick Q&A with you? Commiserations, not successful tonight, of course. 6 candidates, 5 seats. Someone had to, of course, come last. Just tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, I feel fine. Yeah, I've done a spell. It's nice to see new faces in, and yeah, I'm happy enough.
Were you expecting it?
I think so. Yeah, it's always good to get new people in, and yeah, with one thing or another that's happened in the past, yeah, I wasn't surprised.
Right. Yeah. Anything you think you might have done better in the campaign, or even in your time in the commissions?
Happy with what's happened. Yeah, people have their vote, and yeah, it's good.
And looking around at the faces here, you say you're confident in the future of the commissions?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Gordy's a good chair, so yeah, I think it should be good.
And do you think you'll be standing for the commissioners again in the future next time around?
Yeah. No idea.
No plans yet?
No plans. No. Yeah, no, I came in because of the vacancies, and they had a couple of by-elections and couldn't get them filled. So that's when I put my name forward a few years back. So it's good to see that people are interested in politics again, and yeah. So, yeah.
It's a good attitude to have. Thank you, Henry Brighton. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And now, come on, Paul Graker, thank you. Last but not least, how are you feeling?
Very humbled. I was expecting so many votes, so
right.
Yeah, it was good.
And so I imagine you're new face to the board as well. What have you got on the agenda first and foremost?
Nothing specific, just whatever people want, really. Yeah.
Expectations, perhaps?
Maybe. I've got no hidden agenda, I think, just to see what people want to do and things, just represent people.
And fellow members on the commissioners here, been elected tonight, are you happy with the outcome?
Yes, well, we all sort of know each other already, so it's quite good. So, yeah, it's good.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Meanwhile, out west in Peel, Ray Harmer topped the poll with 792 votes. Katrina Baptist, Frank Crompton, Alistair Cubban-Wood, Stuart Hardingham, Sharon Lambert and Christine Muckton were also elected. Mr Crompton and Mrs Muckton retained their seats, as did Mr Harmer, who was elected previously via an uncontested by-election. The only candidate not to gain a seat was William Otieno Costain. There were a total of 1,268 votes cast, with 6 rejected, and a turnout of around 28%. Beth Espy spoke to some of the newly elected after the count.
OK, we're going to go round and just get you all to introduce yourselves for us first of all.
I'm Frank Crompton, just come third in the poll.
Wonderful.
Christine Muckton, just glad to be elected, thank you.
Yeah, delighted to be elected, and I think we've got a really good team here.
Alistair Cubban-Wood, ready to get started.
Sharon Lambert, and the girl that wants to get stuff done.
Oh, and well, let's start with you, Sharon. I mean, it's not been too long a wait, fortunately, but how's today been for you?
Actually, it's been quite exciting, and you know, and you got the adrenaline going, and I've just really enjoyed the whole experience. But most of all, I've enjoyed speaking to the people of Peel and getting their feedback on what's going to happen or what they want to happen in the future. So I've just loved the whole experience.
So, from your point of view, then, Sharon, what's the first priority going to be?
Oh, well, I've collated all of the information, and there's always the top things like car parking and stuff like that. So the first thing is we need to get rid of the law that's stopping us booking people on Peel Commissioner car parks. So that's why everyone parks there for longer than they should.
Well, congratulations, Sharon.
Thank you.
Alistair, congratulations to you. How are you feeling right now?
A little in shock.
And that's the thing, you know, this is a big moment really, and you clearly want to be involved in the community and move things forward. What's going to be your first priority?
Ask a lot of questions, understand why things have been done the way they've been done, and just get to the bottom of certain decisions, start to learn a bit more about the process, and start to make positive change, hopefully.
And how have you found the process running up to now and speaking to people and getting their feedback?
Oh, I've enjoyed that, yeah, I've enjoyed that. I'm going to continue to ask questions, get more feedback, and then build on that.
You look a bit shell-shocked.
Yeah, I am. I think it's the first time I've been through this kind of process, and so now I've just got to get on with it. I want to get on with it.
Wonderful. Well done. Ray Harmon, no stranger to this process. Congratulations.
Oh,
How are you feeling?
No, great. It's been really, really good. It's always, it's a lot of time, but it's just great, and it's lovely that I think we've got a really good team here. I really think we've got some really new good skills, so I'm really looking forward to some really good, positive things and really positive outlook.
And, as somebody who lives out west, there is so much that's happening out here and a lot to be positive about.
There is. I mean, we've got the festival in a few days' time. We've got all the great things for the summer, and the place is starting to look good. But we can always improve and always make things better. And I think that's what we're going to be doing. And also plan. I think what we need to do is just sit back for a moment and plan out the future. And again. But on those things that aren't positive, like just putting houses without any infrastructure, we can all have a bash at that as well.
Well done, Ray.
Thank you very much.
And Frank Crompton, one of the things you've said is you want to put the wow back into Peel. How are you going to do that?
Hopefully, Beth, we can get more people come down in camper vans and what have you, encouraging people to come to spend money. I want to get the seafront looking a little bit better. I want to work on the housing and the potential of the new cafe going up.
And in terms of how you deal with people who don't necessarily agree with some of the ideas, what's your approach?
Hopefully make it their idea and they'll do it.
But this is another election for you then. How have you found today and the process overall?
Very nervous, didn't take anything for granted. I really appreciate everyone who's voted for me, took the time to come down, and looking forward to working with a new team on the board.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations, Frank.
Thanks, Beth.
And in Ramsey's North Ward, Dewey McGuinness topped the poll with 477 votes. Emma Honey, Pauline Johns-Garrett, Elizabeth Shimmin, Margaret Webb and Wilf Young were also elected. 3 of the new commissioners are new to the board, whilst Mr McGuinness and Mr Young successfully secured re-election. Candidates Katrina Nettalat and Andrea Nolan failed to gain seats in the tight race. Turnout was 20.6% with 18 postal votes. The topic many candidates focused on during the campaign there was the Northern Civic Amenity site and the closure of its reuse shed. Until this week, the ward had not held a full election for several election cycles. The last time voters went to the polls here was for a by-election instead. Our local democracy reporter Emma Draper spoke to some of the new members there.
So, you must be delighted you've been re-elected back to Ramsey Commissioners. How do you feel?
Obviously, it's an absolute honour and privilege to be re-elected as a Ramsey Town Commissioner. This has been a nice day, but the hard work starts next 4 years and what's most important.
Amazing. And have you got anything you want to start with immediately, or is it just kind of getting back into the swing of things?
Although I've got lots of things I want Ramsey Town Commissioners to crack on with, but let's have the AGM and see who's got which responsibilities and come together as a board to make those decisions.
And with your experience on the board, will you be going for chair this year, or do you not think that yet?
Well, that's entirely up to what the other 10 members want. I'll just serve Ramsey in whatever capacity that is on the board.
Would you be able to introduce yourself for me, please?
Yes, I'm Elizabeth Shimmin.
And yourself?
Hello, I'm Margaret Webb.
And you've just been elected to the board of the commissioners, so how excited are you that you're now a commissioner?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I've got a lot I'm looking forward to learning.
That's all right. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm very excited and thrilled, and thank you to all those people who came out and voted to us, and for everybody and for the candidates to stand, because it's not an easy thing to do. So I really appreciated it. Thank you.
Brilliant. And have you got anything you want to get started on immediately, or anything you've got in mind?
There's a few things I've got in mind. I'd like to talk to the public a lot, because they have a lot of things that they've spoken to me about. The community gardening that's already been put in motion, I'd like to get involved in that. I'd like to learn more about the housing and learning about the infrastructure of Ramsey and the flood defences and things like that.
There's just so much, clearly. Is there anything you've got your eye on at the moment as well?
I think definitely getting to know what we actually do on the commissioners and what the commissioners can do for Ramsey, and to listen to people in the community to see what they want and also how much they want to know about what we do.
Yes, because you said at the hustings you've got a little bit of experience because you're part of the swimming group with the shelter. So is that something that you think you'll be able to try and bring a little bit of knowledge to the board with?
I think so, because it was through doing the project of the shelter that I came to many meetings here at the RTC, which is what encouraged me to actually stand. And it made us think as well how when people get together and work together, you can create things and you can succeed.
Would you be able to introduce yourself for me, please?
Hi, I'm Emma Honey.
Amazing. And how excited are you? You've just been elected this evening as a commissioner, so how excited are you to get started?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Just raring to go, really.
And have you got anything you'd like to say to the voters that came out this evening, or all of today?
Just thanks for believing in me, and I hope I do you proud.
Brilliant. And is there anything you've got your eye on that you'd like to get started on with immediately? Any projects you'd like to get a head start on?
Regeneration. Absolutely, yeah, regeneration.
So, would you be able to introduce yourself for me, please?
Yes, I'm Pauline John-Scarrett. Yeah.
And how excited are you to get started on the commissioners?
Absolutely delighted. Yeah, I really am over the moon.
And you stood in the by-election previously, so was this one a bit more nerve-wracking for you, or?
It was, actually. You wouldn't think so, but it was, yes. Yes, you feel the tension in the room. Yeah.
And what are you most excited to get started on? Is there anything you've got your eye on, any projects or commitments that you'd like to get us started on immediately?
Yes, the main thing that everybody's been asking for is to reopen that reuse shed. So yes, that's my number one. Yeah.
And have you got anything you'd like to say to the voters or the people that came to support you tonight?
Yes, I've got Paul here from Liberal Vanning, so I'm really pleased to have him by my side. And thank you to everyone that voted for me. I'm really pleased, I'm really grateful to them.
Amazing.
And that's it for another local election cycle. But don't worry if you're sad, there's a general election to look forward to next year.
Thank you for making it to the end of the Manx Radio Newscast. You are obviously someone with exquisite taste. May I politely suggest you might want to subscribe to this and a wide range of Manx Radio podcasts at your favourite podcast provider so our best bits will magically appear on your smartphone. Thank you.